Okay, so hi everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to take user input using Python using input method. So at first I have to okay, let's first open my Python course folder. Okay, so I will create one more file named user or video 3.5. Okay, now at at our last video, at my previous video, you saw that how we are taking like this. Okay, let me copy this part. Okay, and I'll copy this part also. Let me just edit. Okay, now as you can see that in this code, uh, what we are doing is we are directly inserting the values. They're like a equals to 2.2, v equals to 3. But what if I want to insert the different values, or like user input I want to insert new values. Okay, I want to change values the second time. I don't want this. So how you can do that is like this. So there is a process in how can there is a process how can you can do this is this one. Let's suppose a equals to, we are taking a user input. So to take user input we have to declare which type of input we are taking. So I am taking an integer type input. So if I am taking an integer type input, I have to write int first. Okay, int, and then I have to write input, and then open parenthesis and close parenthesis, open bracket and close bracket. So int input. Okay, and for and inside this input function I have to write enter your first number. It doesn't even matter whether you write or not. It doesn't matter. You can also, you, if you don't want to write anything, you can do that also. Okay, so I'll do the same for my b, and in case of b I will take a float. Okay, float input, same input, enter float. So what will happen if I run this code? Okay, so let me show you what will happen when I run this code. I will run this. See, as you can see in this output, enter your first number. So I will enter my first number. I will write it as 25, and then I will press enter, and it will show enter your float number or my second number. Okay, this number. At first it showed this one, and then it is showing this one. So in this case I am writing again 25 or 25.0. It will automatically make it 25.0. So it will print some difference and all. See, after I press after I pressed enter, see, sum is 50.0, difference is 0.0, because I told you that if one value, if I am adding or subtracting two values, if one value is uh, float and another value is integer, it will directly convert the result into the float number. Okay, see, as you can see, by a is integer and by b is float, so it converted the result sum into 50.0, and difference also 0 into 0.0, and this one multiplication into 625.0, and my division is 1.0. See, all the results are converted into my float number. Okay, so let's do one thing. Now in case of in in case of b, I'll change my b to, let's see what happens when I change my b to integer. See, I'll change b to integer. I'll change this one to integer. Let's suppose b is an integer. So what will happen when I run this code? So I'm running this code. As you can see, when I am running this code, enter your first number as 25, enter your float number as 25, and see, now both the values integer a and integer b. Both the values are integers, so that is why my result is an integer. Sum is 50, difference is 0, and over here 625 and 1.0, because division will ultimately result to float number. Okay, see, if I'll just scroll up, you can see the difference between these two. Sum is 51 0, 0 0.0, 625 1.0, and over here 50 0 625 and 1. Okay, well, I think you understood how it works. So that's all for today. This is how you can take user input for integer and float. So I'll change this to float. I'll change this one to float. Okay, so this is how we can take integer and float. I will write over here for integer, and you can take a quick screenshot if you want for float double decimal numbers, as you can say, or decimal. If you want, you can take screenshot of this code. Okay, and try this on your own.